like in our situation particularly, where it just doesn't make sense. There's a field, you could go through a field, you would rather pay people to tear down their house. So you're paying more probably instead of going through the field.
Not now.
Instead of going through the field?
Yeah, because it'll ruin that camp. I mean, I'm not taking up the campground. I'm just saying it would ruin that campground.
Yeah, because once again though, that's because the campground came up so fast though.
All right. We wanted to come and give everyone just a quick update of our eminent domain Pigeon Forge nightmare, and how ironic, I didn't think about this until this morning. Today, 1 year ago today, is the day we found out, because it's leap year.
Yeah.
And so 1 year ago, this whole nightmare started for us. To say that the weight of what our family has gone through, it's crushing. It's crushing at times. Sometimes it's almost, you can't even fathom that you're in this nightmare. You can't, and I say it's a nightmare, it really is. Until you've walked this journey, you would never understand it. And at times it's just unbearable. This is actually Doug. This is our son. He's actually the guy behind the camera. He does all of our video work. But not only is he our son, but him and our daughter Christy, they are invested in this investment property. They're just invested in it, and so they are feeling the weight of it and the injustice of it, of what's happened to our family. You know, I want to say that we want to thank every person who's watched our videos, commented on the videos, subscribed to the channel, shared the videos. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
the
very.
amount of traffic that we are getting, showing up to the City Hall meetings. Every 2 weeks, I'm at City Hall. So March 11th at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and March 25th, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be right back at City Hall. Every 2 weeks, I show up. The last 2 weeks, man, I'm telling you, before going, let me just say this, because I don't know if I shared this with you. Before I went, I was in prayer. I was praying for God to, just give me the words to say and the words to speak, because I take that very serious. And I'm not going to lie that day I was having a rough day. It was heavy. I mean, I was feeling the weight. And when we pulled up, my daughter and I went, when we pulled up in the parking lot, there were more than usual cars. And I get out of my car because I was thinking, okay, this is unusual. And I get out of my car and a woman points to me. I mean, she points right to me. And she said this is her words verbatim. She said, "I just watched your YouTube video today. I'm a local and I'm here to support you." And before I knew it, there were 7 other people from the community that I did not know that watched the video and came to support me. So she said, "You need to make sure you tell the dates the next time you're there, because we want to hold your arms up in this battle." So March 11th, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and March 25th, 5:30, I will be back at City Hall, and utilizing my 3 minutes freedom of speech. And it's funny because I'm just bringing the word now, right?
Yeah.
Just saying what does the Bible have to say about this? It's eminent domain is so ugly. It is so ugly.
Yep.
And you had a good point. You said, you realize it's necessary. I know you were speaking to some city officials. You realized at times it's necessary.
At times, but not this situation. In our situation, I'm sure that, well, actually I'm not sure, but there's other parcels that maybe they could be justified. I still don't even know if that's justified, but ours particularly, where
100% not justified. 1,000%.
Avoiding a campground.
Yes.
That has some dirty investments in it.
No, that's yes. That's a good word.
They're going around it and through our house, and it's just like she said, it's dirty. It's nasty. There's
it's
nothing
not
around
right.
it.
It's ugly. It's injustice.
But to piggyback what she was saying, the support, where we feel like we've been alone, it's definitely helped. People showing up to City Hall. We've got news outlets reaching out to us.
Yes, tell that.
All the comments.
Yes.
People commenting that they're emailing the city, telling them we were getting a ton of people on our side.
Yes, we just had a news outlet reach out over the weekend that's affiliated with a pretty big news outlet.
Yeah, it's a pretty big one. But yeah, it definitely helps.
Oh, well, you feel like you're not in this battle alone, just because it's just so heavy. Yeah. And you're right, Douglas. You're right. This whole situation could have been avoided on so many aspects. It could have been avoided. We did not have to go down this route. You can go back and watch our videos on what we're talking about. This could have been prevented all the way around. On day one, this could have been prevented. Yeah. And our family wouldn't have had to walk through this living, it's a living nightmare. Yeah. And we wouldn't have had to walk through this. But here we are, because I do believe God's called us to this mountain for a reason. That God doesn't do anything, by mistake. And maybe it is to bring the light to dark places, because we are called as believers to bring light to dark places.
Yeah, we're getting anonymous people emailing us.
Yes,
giving us details of other stuff that goes on behind the scenes. It's so much deeper than what anybody could even dream. What happens in these smaller towns.
You cannot even fathom how deep it is. And what happens is because people live there and their livelihood is there, so people can't vocally. It's almost like they're paralyzed because of the backlash or what might happen, and we understand that. We 100% understand that. So
but it's sad, the fear that they have on them.
It is very sad
against the city. It's
very sad. But you know what? That's where God's called us. And so we're going to be a voice. We are going to be a loud voice, a loud trumpet of the injustice. Which I got this pulled up. The comments. So some of the comments that we're getting is that their grandparents have gone through this. Several people have put in the comments that, can I share with you our story? And we're like, you say it. And this one in particular, this one ripped my heart. And I told my husband this morning, this is what I told him. I said, you know what? This happened back in 1965, this particular story of this woman's grandparents that came, it was inherited land from, their grandfather's father, generations. This land had been in their family. And by the time it got to her grandfather, it was 165 acres. I'm not going to read it all. I'm going to summarize it. It was 165 acres. And they had this beautiful home on it. And in comes the government, right? And, we're taking your land. This is what we're giving you. You take it or you leave it. And they had this elderly man afraid, because this is what they said to him. They said, because he wanted to call his adult children and get their advice, because here, these people are showing up. And this is back in 1965. You have to remember that era. We didn't have what we have today, the power of social media. We didn't have, the quick connections. And so they told him no. They said, no, you have to sign today, or you will not get one penny, and you will lose everything without no compensation at all. So they scared him. And he signed because he was so afraid not to. And he lost, they lost that. And I get emotional because that's hard. Think about that. that is how ugly eminent domain is. And then she goes on to say, you can go to some of the comments and you can read her story. It's her name is
On
yeah,
YouTube?
it's I can't pronounce that. Kryla Scully is her name. But you can read her grandparents' story, and it rips my heart because what happened, they came in, wiped them out, took their 165 acres because they were wanting to put a creek or something along, and he had waterfront. So the land was valuable. 10 years passed, and they still hadn't done anything with it, and then they changed their mind and sold it to a vegetable place. Think about that. So I told my husband this. Obviously, they're gone. Her grandparents are gone. But I wanted to share their story today. That I want to be a voice for them, even though they're gone. I want to share the injustice that was done to these people. I don't know their name, but the injustice that was done to them. How ugly eminent domain really and truly is. They come in and they give you dollars, pennies on the of what your property's worth. Pennies on the dollar is what they offer you.
And then, I mean, it's similar to us, you know?
Yes.
They came in, the appraiser gave us
This
a
is
vote.
what it is.
This is what it is.
Take it, leave it.
Basically told us that there was no other options, and then even not necessarily threatened us, but
No.
gave us an option, or basically told us that we better have our facts straight, and told us that we're wrong.
But, oh yeah,
That
100%.
we need to get our facts straight, and
Yep.
what we're saying is wrong.
And it's
But
not.
Yeah, 100% not. But he was trying to put fear in us.
But it didn't work because there's one thing that we're not ruled by fear, because God didn't give us the spirit of fear, which actually is intimidation. God didn't give us the spirit of intimidation. And so we know who goes before us.
Mm-hmm.
And so it didn't work. And so I just wanted to be a voice for these people. They're already gone, but I just wanted to share their story and that injustice that was done to them. And I told her, I said, I wish I could turn back the hands of time. And I wish that I could just stand in front of those people that were telling him, you have to sign today or you're not getting $1. Wouldn't even allow him to call his adult children, because you know what those adult children would have said to him. Don't you sign that. Don't you dare sign that. But he was so wrecked with fear of losing and not getting anything. So anyway, we just wanted to give you an update on where we're at. And March, come support us March 11th, 5:30 p.m., March 25th. Come out to City Hall. Oh, if you're local, just Google City Hall.
Yeah.
Right? The arena's on Arena Street.
Pigeon Forge, City Hall. It's
Arena
on there.
Street, it's right there. So, all right. Thank you, everyone.